Hi, my name is Geib-Ayala, and this is my Week 6 Global Expansion presentation for BUS262, Talent Management with Professor Rizzolo. In a host country strategy, workers are employed within that country to manage the operations of the business. Visas and language barriers are advantages of this type of hiring strategy because it is likely that the worker will be bilingual and able to communicate in both English and the host country's national language. Also, they are more likely, or even required, to be knowledgeable of local laws and rules. These workers will not require costly visas, and they will be familiar with the local culture and customs. Next, we will take a look at the use of expatriates to fill the accountant controller position as well as the VP of Sales and Marketing position. In order to use expats to fill vacant positions, many steps will need to be achieved. In Ireland, the immigrant workers will need to apply for and receive immigration permission to work in Ireland before applying for a visa, apply for permission to work in Ireland, apply for a long-stay employment visa called a D visa. Border control will require proof of valid reason for entering the country, and they also need to apply for permission to stay and register with immigration. The work visa requirements for Mexico include filling out application form L1, obtain a passport with a minimum validity of 6 months, a signed letter of authorization from the Mexican Immigration Office, a signed letter of a job offer, a signed letter of registration from the company, a letter of notification of authorization of visa, an airline ticket itinerary, one photocopy of the following documents, including a main page of the passport, a national ID, any former Mexican visa, a valid visa from any other country, and any original document that the applicant may want to keep. Proof of permanent or temporary legal residence is also required, and there is a visa fee of $36 US. Next, we'll discuss some of the benefits, separation laws, and compensation laws that exist in Mexico and Ireland. Employment in Ireland requires an employment contract. The employee must receive a written contract clearly outlining the terms and conditions of their employment and includes many details. Ireland does have a minimum wage which must be observed, and employees that work at least 1,365 hours per year are entitled to a minimum of 4 weeks paid annual leave. Additionally, public holidays are observed, sick leave, maternal and paternal leave are also typically offered. Additionally, the typical Irish working day is very similar to the American working day, with business hours from 9 to 5:30 p.m. and breaks that are required. Mexico requires minimum wage compliance, and you can pay employees weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on what you've outlined in the employment contract. The net pay, which includes salary, cash benefits in kind, and hardship allowances, must be received in official Mexican banks and paid in pesos. Employees are also entitled to an aguinaldo, a yearly bonus. The aguinaldo typically equals 15 days of salary or more. There are also required benefits of annual leave, vacation bonuses, profit sharing, public holidays, and sick leave. At-will employment is not recognized in Mexico. Instead, employment is protected based on 4 ways of hiring: determined periods, indefinite periods, trial periods, and training periods. With indefinite periods, severance may be due at the end of employment. Determined, indefinite, and trial periods all have varying rules and consequences for termination of employment. Finally, we're going to take a look at some of the educational requirements that may affect hiring for the accountant and VP positions. In Ireland, degrees from universities in most Western countries are considered equivalent to degrees from Irish universities, and most school qualifications are considered equivalent to Irish school qualifications. Industry-specific quals can vary greatly from one sector to another. For certain jobs, you must be registered with the appropriate Irish professional organization. For the accountant and VP positions, however, no changes would be recommended. In Mexico, professional qualifications are extremely important. Professional quals from abroad may not be recognized, so immigrants should contact the Mexican embassy to officially authenticate their papers. For the accountant and VP positions, it's recommended to request bilingual capabilities in the job postings and also make sure to translate the job postings into Spanish.